So, welcome in from the previous video. If you're new here, welcome in general. If you don't know why I'm about to do what I'm about to do, check out the previous video. The explanation is in there. But I'm about to drive from my favorite beach in the world, here in Bonita Springs, all the way up to Raleigh, North Carolina, which is, again, it's explained in the previous video. It's about a 12-hour drive on paper. So, let's go. And this is the Fort Myers area, by the way. This is Lover's Key State Park in Bonita Springs, just south of Fort Myers. So it is 8:34 p.m., Sunday, May 12th, 2019. I'm not wearing a shirt because I was just at the beach, in case you're wondering, if that wasn't inherently obvious. Just loving this Florida tropical lifestyle. Can't get enough of it. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go get some dinner at Polo Tropical in Fort Myers, and then I'm going to put some miles down. So I'll show you what I get, and I'll talk to you from Polo Tropical, just a few miles up the road. So I just had dinner at Polo Tropical in Fort Myers. It's like a fast food tropical chicken place. Like grilled chicken, citrus chicken. It's amazing. Try it if you're in an area that has it. I had 3 chicken sliders, all different kinds. Like it's just so good. It's hard to describe. It's like very tropical, like tropical flavors on fast food chicken, but the chicken's like higher quality, but it's still fast food prices. I had 3 sliders, fries, a drink, a side of yellow rice, and black beans, and the whole thing was like $8 and change, including tax. So insert picture now. So just got a full tank of gas, stopped at a 76 gas station around the corner from here. $2.62 a gallon, which is actually, it's strange because that's cheaper than it is home in New Hampshire. And the last time I was in Florida, it was in the 270s. It's like 275 if I remember correctly. And this trip in Florida, since then, all the prices on gas have gone down. But nationwide, they've gone up. Like, the last month, Florida's gotten cheaper, the rest of the nation has gotten more expensive. Go figure on that one. But yeah, I'm kind of just yapping to postpone the start of this 12-hour drive. I kind of wish I could just find a parking lot and go to sleep right now, but that would not be good because I'd miss my flight tomorrow. Okay, so I'm gonna get on the road now. So let me just give you an update real quick. It is 10:45 in the morning. I'm in South Carolina, towards the middle of the state. And I've been on the road since right after I ate at Polo Tropical last night. And it's been a grind, but I knew that was going to be the case. I stopped in Ormond Beach, Florida, just right off the highway, pulled into a Walmart parking lot, because at that point I just couldn't do it anymore. I just needed to rest. So I managed to sleep for an hour and then get back on the road feeling halfway okay. And then I went up the road another hour or so from there, stopped at a rest area in Jacksonville. And that's when I was like, oh crap, I don't know how this is going to go. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this. And because it's just discouraging because of how far I was and how tired I was. I've slept very, very, very little the past few days in total. But, I powered through it. Got into Georgia, then I started feeling a little better. Like, alright, I can see this ending. And then when I got into South Carolina, I've just been in a good mood. And I had a couple more hours to Raleigh, but the very next thing I'm going to do is find a Love's Travel stop and take a truck stop shower. Because I have not showered yet this entire trip, and damn, I fucking need one. And then, depending on how much time I have when we get to Raleigh, or when I get to Raleigh, excuse me, don't know what I'm going to do, because this car rental is due back to the Raleigh airport at 4:30. My flight was originally at like 5 something, but it's delayed until 7:30. So I'm going to have a bunch of time to just sit at the Raleigh airport. But, yeah, there's worse things that could happen. I'm making it home today. So when I was in Jacksonville at the rest area, I was looking at some options for just like flying from Jacksonville, flying from Orlando, and nothing panned out. It would have been prohibitively expensive because this car is expected to, Enterprise is expecting this car in Raleigh, Durham, which is why I got a great rate on it, because they the one-ways from Florida come out this time of year where they need them up north again. And so I got a really good price. If I would have returned it in Florida, it would have defaulted back to the standard pickup and return in Orlando rate, and I didn't want to pay that, because it would have been like double for the cost of the car, because it was a good deal to go one way. So anyway, that's where things are at right now. After I take a shower, I'm going to get something to eat somewhere and then see what kind of time we have left. But I'll be back with you in, well, right now if you're watching this. So just took a truck stop shower at Love's Travel Stop in Dillon, South Carolina, which is right near the state line. It's about an hour and 45 minutes to Raleigh from here. So I'm going to head up that way. Should have time to grab something to eat, see downtown Raleigh before I have to go to the airport. Because this rental car, I scheduled it for 4:30 because my flight was at like 5 something originally, but my flight's delayed till 7:30, so gonna have some time to kill at the airport. But that's alright, gonna feel nice to just sit and relax after all this driving. I started the trip odometer in the car right at Lovers Key State Park, leaving there last night. And it's now at 699.1 miles, and we still have a couple hours left. So I'm going to get back on the road. Alright, so after many hours on the road and a real grind, I can finally say I am in Raleigh, North Carolina. The airport is like 15-20 minutes from here, but I have just over 2 hours before I have to return this car. So I came downtown, found an on-street parking space with relative ease. Paid $1 for an hour of parking just now in coins, and I'm gonna go see the state capitol for a little while. Let's go. Feels real good to be out of the car. Alright, back in the car. I spent about 30 minutes at the North Carolina State Capitol. That was actually the old state capitol. That was used until, I think, 1963, it said in there. The people were very nice. The tour desk receptionist was very nice. But I did not have as much time as I would have liked. There was a state museum right behind it. I could have used a lot more time here. It's kind of just too bad that I didn't have the full trip. I love Florida so much that any chance to go to Florida I've been jumping at lately. But I'm missing out on other things that I'd really, really like to do as well. Like this here, Like, I should have taken the full weekend in North Carolina, could have done the State Museum, the Capitol I just did in more in depth, could have explored more. I just, you know, even if it was raining, I kind of still wish I would have done it, but the past is the past. I have no regrets. I had an awesome time in Florida, don't get me wrong, but I feel like my love of the state of Florida is kind of taking me away from the other 49 states that are awesome in their own way. So yeah, the next trip I go on will definitely be something other than Florida. And I do want to come back to North Carolina and experience this more. And I got to go back to Omaha too. I mean, not back because I never went, but I tried to go to Omaha in January and ended up in Florida. So what I'm going to do now, I have about an hour and 15 minutes before I need to return this car at the airport. Raleigh-Durham Airport is like 10-15 minutes from downtown. It's pretty close. I'm going to stop at Steak and Shake and get something to eat because I haven't had anything since Polo Tropical last night. And then I'm going to head to the airport, and my flight's actually delayed until about 7:30. It was supposed to be 5 something, I don't exactly remember. But instead of returning this car and getting right on the flight, I'm going to have some time to kick around, and if anything happens, I'll definitely show you, but for now, let's go to Steak and Shake. So I just got some Steak and Shake right up the street from the airport, a couple of miles, and I've been under the assumption that all Steak and Shake menus were the same nationwide, because in Florida, on the last like 3 trips to Florida when I was going there a couple times a week or more, it was always the same. When I was in Ohio 2 months ago, it was the same. But the menu is a little different here, because what I normally get and what I was going to get today was the 2 for $3 mix and match, they call it. I was going to get like a hot dog and a burger and then a shake, which would have been like $6 plus tax. But I get up there, no 2 for $3 mix and match, which is a tremendous value, and one of the reasons, not the only, but one of the reasons I love Steak and Shake. So they didn't even have that here. They had the regular menu and not that. So I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. I feel like Steak and Shake, I'm going to do it anyway. So I ordered a chocolate shake and one of the combo meals, which should have been, I got like the hot dog and fries combo meal. So that together should have been like $7 plus tax. So I was expecting it to be like $7.70 or something like that. Got up to the window, and it was like $5.90 with tax. So it was a couple dollars less than I was expecting. And I thought I was just getting the regular size hot dog and fries and the shake, but look what I got. There's my shake. The fries are in the bag. But I got a foot-long hot dog instead of the regular one, which I didn't even know they had here. So I'm really excited. A little different on the menu that I'm used to, but still awesome and still a good deal. Just about at the airport to return the car. Really awesome trip overall. I did get a flavor of Raleigh. I walked around downtown Raleigh after that Old State Capitol. So Raleigh, very clean, nice city. I'm glad I got to experience it, so I feel like I at least had a small piece of this trip was North Carolina. And I'm not quite there. You probably have like 1 mile or less than 1 mile to go, but the total trip since we left Bonita Springs at Lover's Key State Park, 851.8 miles. So it'll be like 852 point something. It's literally right in front of me. So just over 850 miles in about 18 hours, and let me tell you, it was a grind. I'll do a proper outro somewhere, but I wanted to make sure I got the mileage in there. So just hit 853 miles on the total trip. I'm in the cell phone lot at RDU Airport. The rental car returns literally across the street from it. So yeah, that was definitely a grind. Like, not by any means the longest road trip I've ever taken. Like, I drove from New Hampshire to Fort Myers a few months ago, but that was different because I had an entire week for that trip, and I was driving there so I could take my time. This one, I had to get back at a certain time to get this flight out tonight, and it was like, I have to be there at this, so I'm not saying don't do a road trip like that. I'm just saying, think ahead. Think what's gonna make it fun or not fun, and plan accordingly. Like, this was still fun, but probably not until like halfway through this drive when I started to feel like, all right, I can see this ending. So it is 4:41 p.m. My flight's not till 7:21. So, but this rental car is due back in the next few minutes, so I gotta get this back to Enterprise. And I'm just gonna go hang out at the airport and wait for my flight. If something interesting happens, I'll throw it in the vlog. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I really do look forward to the next trip being a more detailed, like, better vlog that's not just so much of me in the car. But hey, thanks for watching. I'll catch you soon.